Hello and welcome, everyone. This is a wonderful moment of our life. Welcome and Happy New Year 2026. We have put together some exciting way of coming together this year, and we are today putting together the power break session, intro session for you to look at the hidden advantage in business. And we are bringing you some wonderful outline of what we have planned for this year through the business synergy and growth movement. Yes, it's a movement, and we want to welcome you to this movement. If you are someone doing business, if you're someone looking at growing your business to the next level, and if you are someone from Asia looking to impact the world with your work, with your programs, with your trainings, with your opportunities, we are showing up together at the right place at the right time. So you want to quickly share this with your friends and close contacts that you know will be inspired to look at what we have lined up for you. So my name is Dr. Aziza Jalaluddin. For those of you tuning in from any of our Facebook page, LinkedIn page, or that of our partners and connectors and hosts of this program, we welcome you. I am the founder also of the Business Synergy and Growth Movement. It is about igniting conscious collaborations and co-creation, as well as bridging you to impact capital. So if these words kind of ring a bell, I was speaking to someone the other day. They said, valuation, what's that? I want to know what's my company valuation. So some words in you that will get triggered, and you want to see how this can add value to you. So what is business synergy and growth movement that we've put together? This is in conjunction with Visit Malaysia 2026, and it's exciting for us to share with you all that's lined up for you in Singapore, for you in Malaysia, for you in Asia, and for you globally. So the business synergy and growth movement is really a project of Go Global Business School, and supported by some amazing human beings or organizations that's come together. We have a co-organizing partner, which is Work Less, Earn More Academy. And then we also have our co-partner for the expo and projects or business growth from Sabah, which is the Borneo Referral Group. We also have a whole group of partners who have come together that we will also share more about with you. So this reason, why are we doing this? So over the last 20 years of working with business leaders, trainers, coaches, consultants, and also on so many social projects that is impacting the world in different ways, we have seen a lot of gaps. So one of the gap is definitely, when we were talking to one of our mentors, he said, first we wanted to put the name corporate transformation. And then he was like, corporate transformation, it sounds too serious. And it sounds like big stuff. And I'm like, and we don't know what is that big stuff. So we were having some brainstorming. And then he said, what is it that we really want to do? We really want to see how business teams and business groups and business organization as a whole, how do you scale? How do you bring alignment to your teams? How do you get the leader and the organization to align and also go into a momentum of clarity and power, so you have that fun, that joy in working together? How many of you would like that in your organization? So that's one area that inspired us to see there's a gap, because so many businesses we speak to, they're like, oh, my team doesn't work as fast as I want. They don't seem to know the direction, or they are such a good team, but they're just followers. Where is the leadership in them? They are order takers. So how do I move them into leadership? Because I am quite tired being in the business. So all of this, I'm sure, rings in your mind as well. So we got that very clear, that there is a gap in that organizational growth dynamics and alignment. Then we have a whole group of people right now after COVID. The whole West becomes so small. Like what we're doing with you, we did in 1,000 online events during COVID. And then what, right? How do we take it to the next level? That's where we saw going global is still online and offline. We call it high tech and high touch. So how do we create that? How do we go to new countries and meet people that speaks our language or connects us at a very deep level of trust and clarity? So that's one going global dynamics that we notice is a gap. And a lot of people travel a lot, but they don't know where to find the right partners. And sometimes they meet, but they do not know how to take it forward. So we are actually very much in support of people wanting to go global. So if you are someone looking to global market expansion, right here in your boardroom, as we invited you to listening with your team, in your boardroom, we're going to bring you so many amazing people, so many wonderful opportunities, and so many directions that you can take on with clarity for your going global journey. And then what we saw, the biggest gap, the whole world is about talking about equity, talking about valuation, talking about $1 billion. But guess what? It's no more $1 billion. People are moving to $1 trillion. Do you know that there's more than 10 over $1 trillion companies already? So, how does the equity market work in conjunction, in line with the business community? How does business community get into this equity capital fundraising? Having been working with some of the very interesting businesses in the region and even globally, they're making tens of millions of dollars, and the understanding of conscious capitalism, or otherwise the capital market, equity market, is still limited. So we want to empower you, yes, you, and your organization that has been working for decades or even last 5 years or 10 years with a powerful business engine to get into the equity market where you can see exponential growth in your business. And we're going to bring you that knowledge and know-how as well. So as I speak into it, rather than only me sharing, I have a panel of wonderful people who's going to show up and also share with you their insights and their journey being the host and partners of this event. So I want to first of all invite one of our wonderful guests, Wu Hui Qing. I love to say your name, Wu. Welcome, Hui Qing.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Aziza. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all over the world. Thank
Yes.
you for having me today.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Hui Ting is the founder of WHQ Learning Hub based from Malaysia, and she's a seasoned educator. I love the way she has been reaching out to the world. I always use her as an example of being Googleable. She's a communication trainer with over 20 years of experience and a distinguished Toastmaster, HRD, otherwise as known as Human Resource Development Corp Malaysia, accredited, and Cambridge CELTS certified. She specializes in public speaking, leadership, and AI enhanced learning for professionals, students, and business owners, especially for trainers and coaches. As we invite her in, Hui Ting is also our lead for program development or project development for the business synergy and growth movement. So that is about Hui Ting. How many of you are already excited to know this woman and what she's capable of, not just for the movement, but also for your business? So Hui Ting, tell us a little bit about it. What inspired you to be part of this whole journey that we're on?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Aziza, for having me in this beautiful session, Power Break introduction for session number 1. Why am I here today? I have been in education field and training field for more than 20 years, and I have been in Toastmasters for more than 14 years. For your information, I have been going around in Toastmasters, including to China, Singapore, everywhere in Malaysia. And why do I like this community here that we have ready for you? I think it is very important for us to connect with people. An educator like me, or I just joined this business opportunity, how am I going to go global, or how am I going to have more leads and people who are there to work together? I think this is a very good movement that every one of us can come on board, get to know each other, and see what we can contribute, especially to impact the future generation and also the business that we have today. And of course, in this movement, I'm also going to talk about communication and also technology.
Yes, and I want you to speak about that because we want to talk about that first because the whole world is talking about AI and how you need to be AI technology driven organization. And for some people, that is Greek and something that is beyond understanding as well. So what kind of programs have we arranged for the AI based conversation in this movement?
Yes, in this movement, it's like every single week that we have it here, or at 4 o'clock UTC +8, we are going to share not only about business but also about education that you can have for yourself and also your partners and business. One of it is our AI ready platform. So everyone is talking about AI, and a lot of them they have this FOMO, fear of missing. And how are you going to cope with that? Actually, AI has been there for a long time, but 2022, when OpenAI had this chat GP, it bombed and impacted the world. And today, there are so many tools around it. How are you going to use them? Are you going to learn every single tool? Not really, right? So you need something that is integrated and that fits your unique needs for every single business. So, as a trainer myself, and also in communication and technology, I would very much love to tell you more about these topics and what are the solutions that suit your needs. I think that is very important.
Absolutely. And also, we have other specialists joining you as you host the session. We have LV, who is specialized and he's also the co founder of Asia Innovate Hub. We have a certification program that is HRDC. What do you call what do you how do you say that? HRDC
Claimable.
claimable. That's right.
Claimable,
HRDC
yes.
claimable certificate. Now you know I'm not a Malaysian, so you don't know the lingo of that. So I'll pick it up. So HRDC claimable certification for AI programs, and he is an AI native expert. And we also have yourself and many others are joining in to have a conversation on AI. Of course, we cannot forget Deepak, who is the Reach GRC specialist, who does the cyber security and all these PDPA laws. What are the governance you need to look for when you're getting online? All this information. And this is going to be an interesting segment that we'll be covering as part of our movement. And other than that, communication is key. We're talking about globalization, communication. There's so much of cultures and differences there. So that being said, I also want to know from you, what do you feel in your words, right? I know you have said quite a bit. What's the value you feel the movement is going to bring to businesses?
By having this together in this movement, I would say it's not only about business opportunities. I'm looking at the impact that we can have to the world. When people and some people are talking about how to earn more for themselves, we are talking also about how to contribute to the world and to the society as well, because part of the movement it also includes the charity that we are going to do. So in this movement, I would say the value that I see is not only for myself, but also for everyone and also those who need it in the world. When was the last time when you trusted some charity that you donated? For me, in this world, when scammers are all around, I really don't dare. But if we are here not to take up a lot of money, but our time together and work together in this community and do something good, I think that would worth my time, my efforts, and also my professionalism. That's the value that I see in this movement.
Absolutely. And I want to also, without mentioning names, I love that friend of yours that we met, a Malaysian local, even though he is in the training industry and he's having all these courses, the one word that got him excited because he's a businessman, what was that word?
Valuation.
Yes. So everyone out there who is like, I was literally talking about something else, and then I was just sharing with him what we do. And then he's like, okay, that's fine, all these trainings, but what is that thing you said? Valuation. Oh, what about the valuation? I'm in business for 20 years. I want to know, how do I bring my valuation out and create a legacy? So this is really gonna move people and businesses to a new level of what they don't know that they don't know, right? It's going to be really powerful. So thank you, Hui Ting. I'm going to call you back in a bit, and we have a couple of others that we're going to have a conversation with, and then I'll call you back for the finale. All right?
Sure,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And that being said, we talk about AI, and we talk about technology, and we talk about communication, and we use the word conscious quite a lot. So you may want to get used to it. Sometimes people get triggered with the word conscious, 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 because in order to be conscious, which means to be aware, that's how you can really see what's happening around the world. And if you notice right now, a lot of people are struggling, and the most common word after, when you see people around the world, is mental well-being. It's interesting we talk about mental well-being. Honestly, tell me, isn't that around for so many years? So, in order to address that, not just as a mental well-being, how about well-being for the organization, for the people in your organization? As we ask you to sit in the boardroom with your team, look around and ask yourself, how much are you taking care of each other's well-being? And to address that, we have a wonderful team led by our dear Kong Chun Yen, who is the founder of Birth Discovery, join us. Hi, Chunyan.
Hi, hi,
Yes,
Dr. Aziza. Yeah, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited of this series, the Power Break. Yeah, I think this is very, very exciting.
absolutely, absolutely. So let me give an official introduction of Chunyan, who will be leading some of the sessions of the wellness, and she's gonna explain more on that. Chunyan is a good beginning specialist. Okay, I found her. She's a gem that we found a couple of years back, just before COVID, and she's been growing this passion over the last, as I know, more than a decade. She's the founder of Birth Discovery, delivering again HRDC accredited corporate well-being programs. She supports employees in releasing stress and limiting patterns through an integrated mind body approach, strengthening mental clarity, emotional resilience, and sustainable workplace performance, helping organizations safeguard their greatest asset, which is your people. All right. So that's your asset, right? As you listen to it, it's your people. So, again, tell us a little bit about how this whole leading that you're going to do for the program, the sessions you'll be hosting.
Okay, let let me share a little bit about. I think this field is quite new, probably to a lot of people, because most companies focus more on skill sets. Yeah, to grow the business, to expand the business, right? But here, what we are focusing on is a company is made up of all people, human, yeah, the employees, the leaders. Uh, I focus more on the inner development. Yeah, so the inner development comes from their mental health, emotional health, and not forgetting physical health. Right, the uh, human is the company's asset. Only if the employees are clear, who has mental clarity, who can perform well, not just a mental state, but also their physical health, because mind and body are connected. And what I see is that a lot of time we are very much in the head, and we forget about the physical health. So if our physical health can sustain, what you need in your mind, right? The what's the word, more than just clarity, it's the mental performance, yeah, not brain fog. Right? So when you're very clear, you can function better, so the performance is so much uh, faster and clear, and they're able to lead the team as well. And likewise, employees are able to keep up with what the manager, the leaders are doing. And most importantly is that we need to know our own state of mind, right? Our feeling, our emotion, yeah. Not that we don't have the emotion, sometimes we get a trigger, but by understanding ourselves and be aware of our own mental state, emotional state, then we are able to create change within, so that we can communicate with our co-workers, managers, or whoever more effectively. So
Yes.
communication comes from knowing yourself and knowing others, so that we can communicate. Yeah. So together they can help the company to grow. Yeah. But first, personal growth is important. Mm.
Absolutely. And that's why we'll be having a couple of sessions on well being as a new wealth in your organization, and as well as breaking cycles of and healing patterns that you can create in your organization. These are very important part of putting the whole jigsaw puzzle piece together. They are not just your people are not just your asset, but your most important asset, right? The more we build them, the better we get. We do have some wonderful what do you call I'm losing my words,
Partner.
partners, and also speakers who will be
Yes.
speaking, the
Mm.
professionals will be speaking into the topic. We have Dr. Matthew and Dr. Siddharth who will be joining us. So this is not just about training. We also
Mm.
have products and services that you can avail. And even if you are in the wellness industry, like for example, Dr. Matthew has a whole range of light therapy products that you can bring into as a new business model for your business, right? It's a new profit center. So you're going to learn about what Dr. Matthew does, and Chunyan will be showcasing them. So there's a physical understanding of the product, of how it works, including, these are all patented product with award-winning products from China. He won award in China, New York, and Singapore for the technology he holds. So these are the products that can go out there into the world, and it's a new technology and the light therapy that he has given. So this is the kind of speakers and business leaders and professionals that we're having conversations, not just trainings, right? So in this
Mm.
way, there's going to be a lot of interaction. Of course, Dr. Siddharth again does wellness therapy, so your healing patterns and all of that. He has business owners can actually have a healing corner where these products can be available for their own staff as well. It's very powerful. And
Wow.
on the healing
Exactly.
pattern side, you also know about Rainer. He
Yes.
comes from Germany. So you had a individual conversation with him. Is there anything specific you remember with him?
Oh, there is an interesting session that we had because I'm specialized in healing trauma,
Yes.
particularly the primal trauma. A lot of people have not heard of that, which is uh, the emotional baggage that we carried or passed on to us when we were a baby in our mother's womb. So it's the earliest imprint that stay with us, not just in our mind, not just in our uh, subconscious mind, but it's actually also in the body. So I had a session with him and to release some of those memory that we he carried in the body. Yeah. So these are the work, yeah, that I do.
So it's very
Um,
powerful you mentioned that, because we are all in the specialist space, yet we need to be supported. Yesterday, somebody
yes.
was talking about it, right? So I always mention this. You can be the best heart surgeon. And somebody was a consultant. She said, I'm a consultant, but I cannot work on my own business. It's just like a surgeon. You can be the best heart surgeon. Can you operate on your own heart when you have a heart attack? No.
No.
So this is where the community becomes more, we call it conscious leadership. And that's where you have been leading the whole ecosystem in a very beautiful way with us in Go Global community. I want to also ask you, what inspired you to be part of this movement?
Yeah. Okay, I am very excited in this movement. That's because we have a team of support. It's a very much everybody needs support. Yeah, I'm good in my area of expertise, but I'm not good in other things. So I like yeah, especially IT, right? And I don't know about business. That's your expertise and communication, maybe from other expert, the next person about leadership as well. So I have my own area of expertise which we can tap into, with others as well. So it's the support uh, and the consciousness in the team. Yeah, no drama. We can all come together and understand each other. We all have our trigger where we know how to process, or we can get help, right, to process. And I think this is so important. Only by understanding each other that we can walk hand in hand like that. Otherwise, we can easily break, right? We don't want to drop anyone unless they don't want to follow. We walk together, and yeah, that's what excites me.
Absolutely. Thank you. And our favorite tagline. We take you as
As
far
far as you want to go.
you want to go. That's right. And we keep walking and showcasing. Thank you so much, Ian. I'll call you back in a bit and we'll have more conversation for the closure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. So we are talking about wellness. If you notice, we spend a little bit time on that because with that clarity, when we have, in our meet teams and partnerships, we see this same cycle going on. You can change 101 jobs or you can change 101 staff again and again. You need to build teams, but there will always be a pattern, and once we break that pattern, it becomes a whole new dynamics. That's why we spend a little bit time on that. But you know what, in order for us to really break that pattern, there needs to come a form of inspiration or trigger or a growth or otherwise known as leadership. So, what level of leadership do you and your team have? That is one thing that we want to really drill on because today's world, unless we have a strong leadership with ourselves, self leadership, followed by team leadership, and then all your leaders getting into their own leadership, that's where we can grow the business. So, the next person I'm going to call you, other than, talking about him, I'll welcome him first. Welcome the Purpose Genie and all about purposeful leadership. Welcome, Diveshji.
Thank you very much, Dr. Aziza, for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Yes, and it's wonderful to you see. I'm so hyped up, and then he's like, "Thank you very much." He's so gentle. It's like a contra to the whole thing. But I love the work that you have started as a founder. Purpose Genie is something that is so powerful, and you have come from a very huge corporate background, and that
Yeah.
is really inspiring for us to see how the whole momentum has been picking up for all of us. So, the founder of Purpose Genie, you are also our shareholder in Go Global Business School, like our Chunian, and the author of two books around purpose. You work I'm talking about Divesh. Divesh works with organizations to activate middle manager purpose, where engagement, well-being, and performance meets, using the science-backed ECG purposeful leadership framework to grow businesses that create value for people, society, and the planet. One thing I love about your work, and as you transitioned out of corporate world to do what you do right now, which is your ikigai, as we call it, it's really powerful to know the journey you have walked with us. So we have continued this journey for the last couple of years, and not to forget, in this PCG movement, you are also leading the whole India framework for us, and also connecting us together with us, leading that
Thank you for
conversation.
the opportunity.
Yes, before getting into that India part, let's put that one side first. Let's talk about leadership and what inspired you to be part of the movement, especially moving into the leadership space.
See, I think joining the movement like this, it really should have some of the sense of connection and the inspiration, within yourself. And there are a few of the things which I really feel that there is alignment with this movement. And since my brand is Purpose Genie, at its core, the meaning of Purpose Genie is how can you think beyond yourself. That's the main core or essence of Purpose Genie, where using your own passion and your capacity to you can create impact, and which is very very meaningful for you. When I look at this corporate transformation movement, I see exactly the same essence because it is there to equip and transform leaders, business, and communities. And I mean, I think just you were mentioning about how a leader can really create that environment where people can do their best. They can really they can be the best version of themselves. Uh, the collaboration with the global ecosystem which we you have created, which I have seen in few of the sessions which I have joined. It really integrates the business performance, the leadership and wellness, the conscious capitalism which you were mentioning, and the technology. One of the session which I joined was, it just blew my mind the way the artificial intelligence is getting in everywhere in the business. And
Yes.
second, I think it is also the intent. I have been working with you since last 2 years. I have been associated with you. I
Go
can
global.
really see the intent of, there is a spirit of giving back to the community, which is really, I think, one of the main pillar of Go Global. So I think it is really important that how we all can grow through each other's strength, uh, and we just don't speak, but I think we practice that. And third is, my own selfishness, that I want to grow. There is a I genuinely see the strong possibilities of growing my business within this community, because I have I think the Chunian was just mentioning about that I have my own expertise, but then there are other expertise also which is required for the business, financial aspect of that, technological aspect. So that is something which I don't have. So joining this kind of community is really, really powerful, because you have the support, and you can, as you were saying about go global, take us as far as we want to go, right? So yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
And we are going really strong. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
And your topic and also your conversations that we're having on leadership and also the various parts. Let's talk about that. What do you, let's share with us a little bit about the various sessions that we will be hosting, you will be hosting.
So, as I mentioned about purposeful leadership is one of the core, deliverables which I really want to have, and the essence of that is how we all, we in this era, we all are, very much focused on ourselves, but we all have our own strength, our own passion, which we should really, tap into. And then the intent has to be how you can think beyond yourself. When you think beyond yourself, it also eases you, and it also gives you a lot of motivation that you're doing something for somebody else. In
Yes.
business, we all talk about performance, and performance is very much essential for scale. But if you want to scale sustainably, then I think performance is not enough. Sustainable scaling requires the engagement in the business, fulfillment in the business, and also the meaning. And those can only emerge when we understand the why behind what we do. We should connect our work to the larger goals of the business. We consciously choose to think beyond ourselves. So those are the things which is really very important, because that becomes the bridge between your performance and the fulfillment. And that is what I think organizations should think about, that how we can connect those things so that we can really start thinking in that alignment. I just want to tell you a story, the story of bricklayers. So one of the monuments what was getting built, and then the minister wants to visit the site and wanted to see that what's happening. So there were three bricklayers who were working. So one, when he went to the first bricklayer and asked that, what are you doing? He was very irritated and saying that, can't you see I'm just laying the brick? Then he moved to the second one and asked that, what are you doing? He says that, I'm just trying to earn some money for my family. And then he moved to the third person and asked that, what are you doing? And he says that, I am helping to create this monument where people can come and pray to the God, and they can achieve what they want. Now everybody's working, they're doing the same, exactly the same thing, but the perspective is really different. And this is what happening in the business as well, that we are doing the same stuff, but sometimes we are not connected to the bigger goal and the purpose of the business. And this is where purpose comes in, and purposeful leadership pitches in to make them understand about the bigger goal and connecting and aligning to that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the topic that we will be having a conversation, have you host, is about beginnings. And that beginning matters, and how culture, you're talking about a purpose driven culture being in the space.
Exactly.
And together with you, the other person that will be also, we have a couple of speakers being aligned. And Sakina will be having a conversation with you. And she is a personal branding specialist. Imagine like right now, we are a community. People will expect Go Global to bring Go Global trainers, right? We're not Go
Yeah.
Global trainers. We are all individual brands coming together, just like that. And when you are putting together a team, you want to have people with a personal branding and speaking for the company. How cool is that? So Sakina is actually looking at personal branding as a branding for the organization, and she will be having the conversation with you on this as well. And of course,
Wow.
it's going to be a lot more exciting progress. I also want to touch on the India market. So I met you in India, and I connected back with Vinayji yesterday, coincidentally on
Really?
WhatsApp group. I was telling him, and we met at the Professional Speakers Association event where Go Global was sponsoring, right? So Dr. Arunagiri.
Yes, I
How
do know.
much do you know him?
He was one of the mentors. So we have one. He ran a program of there was a session which he ran, and there was multiple section into that. So I was part of that, and he is so amazing. Like, the mentor like him is really, he transforms you completely. So I really respect him a lot, and we do connect with him also. Yeah,
Absolutely. And that's why he will be part of our journey as well. He's also our Money and You graduate with
that will
our
be powerful.
Accelerated Business School. And he will be hosting, of course, online. He will be handling the sales. He's also known as the sales guru, one of the
Yes,
top sales guru, and also a former national basketball player. I love to say, talk about that.
he is
On
doing
top of
multiple things. What I know.
on
Yeah,
top
yeah.
of that, he's an industrialist. He is a businessman with a more than a 2 decade business in corporate gifting. So he brings a real life experiences, and he's been a global speaker, and he is one of our mentors and also speakers for the topic on sales and growth, right? So that's going to be really
Wow.
exciting. So as I speak about Dr. Arunagiri and also India, we have actually put together having you to lead it. People can get access to India market, and Indians businesses watching this can connect with us to come and explore Asia market together. And we are having chambers like the Singapore South Asian Chamber, Dr. Chinu, who is very active in India, part of the ecosystem. We have the Asia African Chamber of Commerce, Tamil Nadu chapter, Advocate Jenny, who will also be talking to us on the legal side, but she's also opening the India conversations with us. We also have our very favorite ICIB, Indian Chamber
Wow.
for International Business, led by Mr. Manpreet Singh ji, and of course Jennifer ji has been very actively connecting with us from Mumbai. So we have the Pan India support team behind us to really do this outreach, so more people can come in and get impacted together and grow global together. So we look forward to your leadership in connecting all these people and coming to Asia and make more interaction possible. It's India to the world and world to India. That is one segment. And then we
Of
have
course,
Malaysia
yes.
to the world, Malaysia to the world, and world to
Well, to the
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yes. And that's going to be the next final conversation before we wrap up. All right. So anything else you would like to add on about the value add you feel the business leaders can get?
I think, I mean, some of the thing which is really, really important for all of us to know, and all the businesses to know, that what you will get from, what is the value which you will be getting from this movement. One of the most important thing I really feel is the strategic visibility and the positioning of you, because of the ecosystem which we are creating around Asia Pacific. The second thing is your access to the ecosystem. I was talking about that we have an ecosystem where everybody has their own strength. How you can tap into that ecosystem and get what exactly you want. You have your growth opportunities. You also have personal growth possibility, which with so many people who are working around in their own strength. And finally, why not purpose and meaning? So that word is really close to me. So why not you have this kind of ecosystem where we are also thinking of society and the community, and how we can do something about the planet with the conscious mindset which we have. So there are so many values which you can get with this ecosystem. So please do join this movement. Please do know about it. This is really, really important, and I think it is win-win for all of us.
Absolutely. And then just a shout out, this movement is not getting charged. You just have to click on the QR code and register, and you're going to be enrolled into the movement. Welcome to the movement. If you're watching this, you're
Yes,
already part of
why
the
not?
movement. Yeah. So we'll get to you in a while. We'll come back with the finale. And I'm so excited that we're having this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. So we talked about Asia to the India to the world and world to India. I can continue saying that for every countries. But as you remember, business synergy, and growth movement is in conjunction with Visit Malaysia 2026. Right. So it's going to be an exciting year where we have always been visiting Go Global. Last 20 years, we've been making connections and making milestones. In the recent years, we talked a lot about in fact, the local ministry, MIDA, Tengku, was talking about how Malaysia is now coming up as a business hub. But what's more exciting for us in Go Global, as many of you would have been watching our progress, is visiting one important place. And I'm going to invite one important person from that one important place to be in a conversation with us right now. So welcome, Brandon.
Hi, 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 everyone.
Hello, and Brendan, I want to give a very informal introduction of you because we have had a conversation the previous session. But why
Correct.
I say informal because even though I met you a couple of times, I feel like I know you for a long time because I see you as a community builder, and with your background, being one of the pioneer who launched BNI Business Network International into Sabah, you build it up, and then now you have moved on to build something even more exciting and interesting in my mind is Borneo Referral Group. And this is a powerful movement that you've set in. So, friends, the city or the state I talked about is Sabah. Sabah is East Malaysia, and it's having access to more than 90 million people in South ASEAN countries or ASEAN. And so, Brandon, I want to ask you because you have been part of our conversations already. What inspired you to be part of this movement that we have put together?
Yeah, it's very interesting. When I look at your movement, it's something not born immediately. It's a gradual kind of movement, and I can see the potential of your Go Global. And imagine, if you all want to talk about Go Global, we go to a place we don't know anybody. Who am I going to look for? And it's very difficult for new entrepreneurs or business people to go to another place. So I think your movement bringing into Sabah is amazing, because if you go to a place and there are bushes here and there, you want to go to a destination. There's so many, you know, broken roads, and there's so many things. It's so difficult, but you have somebody there to help pave the way, cut the grass, make the road, the path nice and all that, and that person will reach that destination, and that is Go Global. So you've done an amazing work, to help to cut the grass, get things ready. People just come with all the hard work that you have put in. So that inspired me.
Thank you. Thank you for that. And you inspired us with the kind of ecosystem that you are building in Sabah to get ready to grow together in the movement. That's why we're so happy to co-partner you in your Borneo Expo 2.0, right? And
Yes.
before we speak into that, I want to ask you, what are the challenges in general you feel entrepreneurs face? I mean, you did talk about going global, but what in general do you think when people face when they go into new markets? You can give Sabah as an example.
Right. So if anybody see, Sabah is a developing state. We need a lot of resources, a lot of trainings, a lot of human resource, a lot of technology. What they call it K2B, uh, 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 knowledge to business. These are very, very important to us, because if we don't have knowledge, we can't build our businesses. We cannot grow. We cannot export, our products and services. So I think Sabah has a great opportunity for those who want to venture into Sabah and look at the opportunity and say, hey, this is what I can help. This is what I can do. And I think this is what we need in Sabah, because really we are developing. We're still a long way. And that's where I think you all come in, and that will give a hand. So these are some of the challenges that we are finding, where we are growing, and hopefully that we can one day be like any other countries that can export our products, our services, reaching out to other regions, right? Even though we might have good regional destination, but yet we have to equip ourselves first, and that's where you guys come in.
Yes, and it's always a synergy, and that's what the challenge we notice many organizations have, even from Sabah going out into the whole world, even world coming to Sabah, and we're using Sabah as a destination, and that's very exciting for us as well. And we're talking about building relationships. You see, it's going to be a transition, and most of the time when people attend our Go Global event, we did one last year in February, the International Investment Forum, and it was a very interesting group of 60 over people. And when they showed up, and one of the person came in from an embassy, she said, I've attended many investment forum. Investment forums are really serious. She said, I don't feel that this is like an investment forum. It feels like a family gathering. And we had
Mm-hmm.
PE people, we had investors, we had project lead owners who were, raising funds. So everybody coming together. So this is normally the environment that we create. So, but
Mm-hmm.
online and offline. So now we are meeting everybody online. So what do you feel about this? Because after building relationship online, then we are going to meet
Yes.
in person.
Interestingly, if we want to do business, online is not the option because you need to get in touch. Building relationship is to get in touch, meeting that person face to face, and getting to know the person and building trust, and thereby we can go beyond there. So I think it is very crucial that we must meet at a place. Now we have all online. You must meet for in a place that we can really sit down and say, look, what are we going to do? How are we going to go from here? That's, I think, very important.
Yes, indeed. And I'm so glad that, last since 2023, right? Sorry, 2024. I've been visiting Sabah like more than 13 times. And it's been
Wow.
like people will be like, okay, this woman is serious, or Go Global is serious, right? They have been watching us. And so this year, so that's why so the word is weighty, right? There's so much of opportunity. We can go to Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, we can. But everybody's going to Kuala Lumpur, and what else can you do when you do business? You want to do business and activities and make it a meaningful. That's why we bring in wellness and business together. If you notice, all of you are listening in, and so
Correct.
this is where we use Sabah as a destination. I want to shout out to Datuk Haja Rosmawati, CEO of Sabah Convention Center, International Convention Center. She's been a really supporting body. We signed our MOU on a strategic partnership last year at the B in Sabah. This year, so what am I driving at? This year, we have lined up a range of activities that people can visit Sabah, like what Brandon you said, regularly. Be the
Mm.
meeting point where we connect regularly so we can start doing effective business. You need not always do business with people in Sabah. You can do business from Sabah where you meet as a destination point, right?
Correct, correct. Yes.
So
Because
share with us a little bit of the various activities. I know we're having Be in Sabah where we will be announcing the movement at the Be in Sabah event. About 800 people are expected to show up. About 100 over delegates, mainly associations and various convention bureau leaders are coming to Sabah this year.
right,
And
right.
then you have something exciting going on. Why don't you share with us a bit of overview of the activities that we'll be having in Sabah?
Yeah, the BE is very, very important. Just after BE, we have what we call the Kongsi Raya. You know, Malaysia, we have Chinese New Year and the Hari Raya. So it just somehow, click together. The dates are near to each other. So we have one what we call the Kongsi Raya Carnival. And we are bringing different groups to do business here and there locally, especially there are some international ones also come from Philippines, Indonesia, and all that. So, but one of the highlights in that Kongsi Raya is the attempt to achieve the ASEAN records for being the longest yisang in ASEAN, measuring 1,500 meters. That's 1.5 kilometers of yisang. So this will be the first time ever done in Sabah soil and in Malaysia. And I think we are I would say that perhaps the longest in the world on yisang. So we are bringing in a lot of international people coming in with the consulate, personnel that are coming in, VVIPs, all that with our local cultural heritage groups, and all of them. We want to showcase what Sabah can offer, and this is what we have
And it's the
on
word
February 6 to 8, right?
February 6 to 8.
BE is 10 to 11. No,
No,
BE is 4th to 5th,
that's right.
and Kongsi Raya is 6 to 8.
Absolutely.
And
And
then
then,
another one
yes,
that is the Borneo Expo, right? Now this is very important for our movement here, because whether you have, you might have everything set up. It's just like dishes, you have all the dishes, but if you just display it and not let people use it, or eat it, is useless. So basically, Borneo Expo is more or less like you have all your products, you all have all your services. You bring them together and let's try it and see whether it works or not, whether you're good or not. You can display what you have to the world. So globalization is not in, is at one place, it's everywhere. So bring everyone to come together and do business, not only to the business people in Sabah, but all over, even especially ASEAN. So this is what we call the trading hub. It's a business trading hub that we want to create in Sabah, so that all will come together every year, so we can
Yes.
look for new things and we can have K2B.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's why for this event, we have strategically positioned that Go Global's, our business synergy business forum 2 days is happening on 10 and 11. And then we are joined, co-partnering with Bonio Referral Group that we're going to display. So we're going to learn and go together and display and do a lot of business matching as well. And that is in June. And following that, we also have SICC have a big Sabah sale. And that's a whole different game that they will be having later part of the year. And following in December, we have another meetup in Sabah. So we are very serious about Sabah. Hey guys, if you're
Yes,
listening
yes.
in, if you're going to open a market, so because we have been working with so many countries, opening market is really about showing up regularly. So you want to, because we're telling you in January, you can fix your date and make your strategy planning so that you can show up and do these connections. You don't have to travel around the world to meet all these people. You keep showing up at the same place. For example, you want to meet people from all over Penang, KL, like Hui Ting is from Penang, sorry, JB. And then we have YP's team in KL, Penang. And then we have KL people. So we all meet in Sabah.
Sabah.
That's right. For India
Yes.
friends, Indians who want to come, and Philippines, because I just want to shout out to YP as well. He's our joint organizing partner, who is also the global trainer for BNI Business Network International, with access to more than 300,000 members globally. So he is working with us under the brand of Work Less, Earn More platform. That is actually one of the gifts that we give to all our participants who come in to get online learning journey as well. So he is going to be inviting a whole lot of people from Philippines, Thailand, of course, the BNI members. If you're watching, you want to quickly forward this to your contacts, because this is another game altogether. It's not BNI meet BNI, it's BNI meet the world conference.
Yes. Correct. Yes.
Yes. So that's going to be really
Awesome.
exciting for all of us to meet in this space. So we're kind of coming to the wrap up, and I like to, anything else you want to add on to this conversation while I invite everybody else?
Well, I just want to your audience, I just want to invite you to come to visit Sabah and see what are the opportunity that you can find here. And let's build bridges. Let's work together, and hopefully we can see each other. I have all the materials ready. We can send you like that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And we kind of do it as a wrap. I know the backdrop is a little bit off. I'm gonna change that a little bit, make it a bit simpler. So thank you once again for everybody tuning in. This is just the beginning. Today we just covered, I couldn't even cover all, because in this business synergy movement, we're putting together 10 what we call power break sessions. These power break sessions will come to you every other week, on the second and fourth week of the Thursdays at 4 p.m. Singapore Malaysia time. And then every other week, on the third or the first week of the Thursday, we are actually going to have another group of sessions where we call it the Business Synergy Spotlight. What does spotlight mean? Spotlight means these are very exclusive sessions with highly influential partners and leaders who have been inspiring the whole community. And as you heard, this whole Go Global framework that we have been working on for the last 20 years is actually inspired really by two organizations. One is the Accelerated Business School, the Money and You program. For those of you who are familiar with it, I want you to share it with your friends, because we are bringing all of those awareness of Accelerated Business School people together. And you know that Go Global Business School is mentored by the Accelerated Business School. And in December, we actually have planned for the first time to conduct Money and You in Sabah, Malaysia for business people. Right? This is the first time we're going to focus only on business
Awesome.
people to come in. So, Accelerated Business School is one partner of ours. The other one, as I told you just earlier on, is Business Network International. So, BNI has always been, these two have been our inspiration. So, Go Global is now putting these two players together, topped by what we call conscious capitalism, which both organization is now opening up and wanting to work on together with us. So we're bringing in the leaders. Of course, we are very blessed and grateful. Next session is being hosted with Dame Doria, the owner of the Accelerated Business School and our mentor. And then we have a lineup of many amazing speakers. Quest Learning Hub, our very own Malaysia grown amazing leader mentor KCC, who have trained more than 1,200 trainers. He will also be featured here. And we have another important person that we will be featuring is from the exchange listing, who actually consults on NASDAQ listing with a whole framework. In fact, not only NASDAQ, they work on listing on US stock market and also supports in the Asia stock market space. So this is really serious stuff. And we have some of the wonderful business leaders who have joined hand with us, who works on the heart-mind coherence therapy, where there is really neuroscience wiring happening seriously for business leaders to get clear. Yeah, we're going to do some operation. And we're going to have conversations on how our alignment can happen at leadership level. And also on top of that, we have the legal people involved, and also healthcare business group leaders. We're talking about people who have made like 100 $200 million revenue, come in and share their expertise with us, that we can also bring in a lot of value. So this is not just about having chit chat. There's three areas we're going to cover, and then I'll talk about the three we're going to cover in a while to wrap it up. Before that, let's hear from our team here who are going to be hosting and co-partnering us. Let's go around. Diveshji, what's your final thought as we wrap up today's session?
I think I've already spoken enough, but genuinely, I just want to urge everyone to join the movement, because this is not just to participate, but how can you contribute? How can you grow together within a community and the ecosystem, and then also creating a real impact which can help everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And how about Kushi? Yes.
Okay, so if you are still not sure what is this movement about, join us, please, because it doesn't cost you anything, just 1 hour every other week for you to get to know more about us and this movement together. 1 hour, twice a month, I think is definitely worth it, because we are going to connect so many people together and so many international level speakers, mentors, business leaders. That is not an opportunity to be lost for anyone. So join us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Kushi, how about yourself?
Is it me?
It's Chun
Yes.
Yan.
Oh, yeah. Yes, definitely. Thank you, Dr. Aziza. Yeah, I want to thank Dr. Aziza, because Dr. Aziza bringing me back to my hometown, Sabah. And there's a
Wow.
very
Okay.
happening in Sabah. Join us and not just get to know about us, but know more about yourself. Yeah, through our conscious leaders here in this group, you get to learn more about yourself and others, and opportunity to grow and personally and also business. And I think the idea that Brendan bring to the table is that when we are doing business, we can also enjoy Sabah. So yeah, one stone killed two birds.
Yes. And Brandon, what's your final thoughts on this?
Yes. Please bring your best products and service and bring it over here. Let everyone see what you have. And I am pretty sure there will people looking for you buying your things, and not only coming here to enjoy yourselves, learn more things from Go Global, and sell your things. And not only that, meet the people that you have met online, and be here to enjoy yourselves, build the relationships that you need to grow your business. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. As we round off today's session, I want to tell you that to reiterate that we've put together some wonderful human beings who have been committing to transformation of humanity, transformation of businesses, transformation of society as a whole. If we always talk about national growth, regional development, global prosperity. So the aim, once again, is to build businesses aligned to their team and foster holistic growth. And we are equipping organizations for scaling, for globalization, for investability, to become investable so that you can drive legacy creation and generational wealth distribution through the ecosystem. So, what we are requesting of you and your friends and your business leaders contacts to register to just be part of the movement and listen into the workshops and programs and share it with others so that we can see how and when you wish to participate, be it online, be it coming to Sabah at some level, we can talk about that. So at this moment, it's all about just joining hands with the movement and sharing the knowledge and know-how, and reach out to us if you require any support of this nature. So with that, thank you so much, and we're going to meet again in next week is on Thursday 11 a.m. Singapore Malaysia time with our redefining business and wealth session with Dame Doria Cordova. So we see you soon. Thank you team for your time and also all the amazing work that you do, and look forward to meeting all of you in the next session. Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you. Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Aziza. Bye bye.
Thank